Music producers, one of the most common questions I encounter whenever I'm on IG Live, which you can go check out at Curtis King, is Curtis King, how do I stay motivated as a music producer? You seem pretty doggone motivated all the time. How you stay motivated? Let's talk about it. Music producers, motivation is a Red Bull, okay? Motivation is a cheap drug. Inspiration, oh, Curtis, you're so inspiring. You know what I be thinking when I hear that? Not that I don't appreciate the people who are inspired by my content. My question is this: what are you doing with that motivation? What are you doing with that inspiration? Is it causing you to actually put some action into action? Is it actually causing you to at least take the first step? Because the video content I create, in my heart, I'm doing this so that you actually get some things done, some actionable items, some actionable steps towards getting something done. So before I address this question, in which I know I've answered at least 40, 50 times, I gotta approach this in a much different way. I think we should rid our minds of the idea of inspiration and motivation because they're cheap. I was watching the interview on the show called Impact Theory on YouTube. You should definitely check it out. Super fire advice, super fire videos. And there's a lady on there that says something that really resonated with me. And she said something along the lines of motivation is cheap. It's weightless. It's all over the place. People can find motivation in a remote because it has the power to turn something like that back there, and that's their motivation back there. But what's the price of motivation? Will y'all turn off? Stop playing with me. What's the price of motivation, right? Some people get motivation from seeing their favorite books in the same room. Some people get motivation from having pictures on the wall. Okay, there's motivation all around the room if I want to look for that, but guess what? Motivation is a Red Bull. And what do I mean when I say that? Motivation is like, I don't have no energy. I'm tired. I'm drained. Instead of addressing what are the issues that contributed to you actually being drained and actually trying to build something that has a lot more longevity for you to stay energetic on a consistent basis, you're looking for the cheap, easy shortcut in a Red Bull. And that's what I feel like motivation becomes. The idea of needing motivation to work on music, the idea of needing some kind of inspiration. I'm not saying these are bad words. I'm just saying it does not begin and end with these things. Sometimes we do need a little pick-me-up from some encouraging words, but when we get into a place where we're always looking for that, and we need inspiration to work on music, we're not understanding how lucky we are to actually work on music, especially during a time right now. Pandemic and all this crazy stuff that's going on right now at the recording of this video. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now, and for a lot of people, music is the furthest thing away from their brains. They're worried about whether or not they're gonna be able to return to work, whether or not they're gonna be able to pay their rent at the end of the month. They're worried about a lot of things, their family, they're worried about their livelihood, they're worried about the future of things. They're very anxious and they don't have many things. They don't have hobbies to take their minds into another place, or at least give their minds an opportunity to rest and their hearts an opportunity to rest from the stress. But guess what? You do. You got this thing called music. Do you know how freaking lucky we are that we work on music? Fam, you and I, loving music the way that we do, have the ability to work on a beat, 2 beats, 3 beats for 16, 17 hours. And we don't think about food, water. Sometimes we don't think about sleep. We don't think about anything except for the music in front of us. And we can do that from the comfort of our homes. We can do that from the comfort of our laptops. We can do that from the comfort of our smartphones. Are you kidding me? Literally, this inspiration, motivation follows us everywhere. We have to understand first and foremost, it is a sacred experience to sit your ass down and make music. It is a sacred experience. What do you mean sacred? You're starting like you get into some weird stuff, Curtis. It is a sacred experience. For you and I to sit here and pull ideas from whatever you believe the ideas come from, I say God, you may say the universe, you may say a bunch of different things. To pull those here and sit in front of a laptop and utilize 1 second one shots, chop up loops, bring these elements together that were made in different parts of the world and give our own interpretation of what emotions sound like. Shout out to my homie DM Beats who came up with that. He says music is what emotions sound like. That is an amazing sacred experience. And I think it's wrong to blame music for why you're lacking motivation. Oh, my music is just uninspired. No. The music is what the music is. The music is a dollar bill. A dollar bill is no more evil than it is good. It just is what it is. It's mint. It's a piece of paper, fam. That's it. That's it. What personalities are attached to it? Oh, it's this, is what we assess to it. It's what we attach to it. Same thing with the music, man. We are gifted with the opportunity to sit down and flow out all these sounds into a computer or a smartphone or an iPad or whatever you're using. We are given the opportunity to let our emotions have a place to go. It is time for us to stop looking for ways to stay motivated about music and figure out what in our lives is not allowing us to understand how great of an experience, how lucky we are to be working on music, because it has nothing to do with music. Your B block has nothing to do with music. Your lack of inspiration, nothing to do with music. Has nothing to do with what's on the radio, has nothing to do, all of these things that people say are lies. You don't need that. If you love music the way you say you think you love it, if you love music, you don't need external forces. How do I know that? It's no different than when you say, I love my mom. I love my wife. I love my kids. You don't need somebody to love their kids more for you to say, no, I love you don't need that. You love who you love. You love it. And as an expression of your love, you do the things that you can to protect them, to take care of them. It ain't no different. It is no different when it comes to music. So you gotta see what's going on in your life that is draining you. Are you stressed about the time period that's going on right now? Because if you are, it don't make you weak to feel that way. It doesn't make you less of a man to feel that way. If you're not inspired because things are going really, really crazy on the outside, let's address that first, because that is a deeper conversation about discovering who you are, which I feel like in these times, these are the best times for us to discover who we are. The governments in most parts of the world have told us you must stay home, okay? That used to be one of the biggest issues for a lot of producers, is that because of work, the distraction, and how many hours they put in, they were too tired to work on music, too unmotivated. Now they said, don't go to work, okay? Then the next complaint that a lot of producers had was, man, like my friends are always making me feel guilty about not going out with them. Now you cannot be with your friends because of social distancing. So X that out. The next thing, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like I wish I had time. You have an abundance of time right now. What are you doing with it? And I think that sometimes the best investment into your music is taking a break from your music to focus in on you, to focus in on your health, your mental well-being, and to strengthen yourself up so that when it's time to actually work, you're at your best. That's what you could do for music. So instead of looking for inspiration to work on music, instead of looking for another Red Bull to shoot you up with 2 hours of energy and then you just crash after that, look for the longevity. For me, the longevity is if I invest into my own mental health, if I meditate, if I get the room right, something I started doing, and you can do it if you want to, I don't care, it's using Palo Santo. Being able to kind of cleanse the room, being able to have this citrusy smell, being able to kind of make the room feel warm has been able to help me unlock creativity. Being able to eat light meals before I actually get started, these are things that have been helping me tremendously. Instead of having my brain be so focused on digesting and getting this food through my small and my large intestines, I can focus on music, light meals, being able to turn my phone off when I'm working on music. Look, you're exerting your attention and your decision making. You only have so many decisions you're gonna make in a day before you're burnt all the way out. This is what's happening. We're using our decisions for things like IG timelines. Oh, do I want to buy that? No, I don't want to buy that. Man, why do you say that? I don't know why you said that. Man, what's going on between these people? Oh, that's crazy. Using all that energy exerting there when you should be reserving it. You should be preserving it and preparing it for the beautiful experience that is creating music. So how do I stay motivated? Understanding my why and understanding that I don't need motivation and inspiration to do what I do. I just need the opportunity to sit down, because the magic doesn't happen simply because you want it to happen. The magic of making your best beats does not happen, let me repeat myself, because you sit down and say, I want to make magic. Your best beats, correct me if I'm wrong, have happened more times than not when you least expected it. Your best beats came to you. You didn't go looking for them. But when do they happen? They happen when you're disciplined enough to sit down in front of the music, respect the experience that is making music, fall in love with it, learn to fall in love with it if you're just beginning, and step by step, beat by beat, sound by sound, you're closer and you're closer and closer to your magic moment. But it ain't gonna happen sitting on the couch thinking about it. It ain't gonna happen complaining in YouTube comments about it. It ain't gonna happen looking for inspiration on your Explore page. It's not gonna happen like that. At some point in time, you gotta be real with yourself and say, this is not a lack of music motivation problem. This is a lack of human motivation problem, and not even motivation. I am looking for something bigger than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Enthusiasm is what really has longevity. So focus on the things that make you enthusiastic, no matter if they're going well, bad. You say, you know what, even with all the bad things going on, these are the kind of quality of problems that I want to have. They're not so bad in comparison to some other issues I could be dealing with. These are just my thoughts on it. If you enjoyed the message of today, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like. Definitely on this video, help it get discovered by people who are out here searching for motivation, all that crazy stuff, and for Red Bulls. Help them out. Shoot a like for the video, and then also too, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you want to be a part of the notification gang, doodle, all that good stuff. Shout out to the throwbacks. And then, you know, in this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Once again, it's Curtis King of SlapExperts.com. Have a good one. Look up, Nazi. Say cheese.